felt a bit afraid to sell yourself because you feel a bit salesy? Anybody? A bit salesy? Yeah? Okay. Then the solution to that is marketing. Because why? When you market to the right audience, the inquiries that come in is only a form of customer service. So in the industry, they'll tell you things like, oh, you must learn this thing called sales objection handling. Anyone heard of that before? A lot, right? Okay, I don't like it. Because I think it's very manipulative. Right? But if I know what you want, and I can give you the opportunity, and if you say no, not only I don't feel bad, it's okay, I can move on. And I don't have to feel so ashamed of myself to sell and spend my worth. Does that make sense? Yeah? How many of you would love to have that ability by the end of the session? Yes? Okay, cool. Alright, thank you. So, next. So, this is one of the very favorite quote as well. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. That is why we built the Lighthouse. I think for me, my journey started very young. So I think for me, it's very hard to find a role model to look up to. So I'm all alone in this journey called the pathless path. Right? Wow, how to do this, how to figure it out. Very tiring. Okay? As I'm speaking, I was very tired because that was very heavy. Okay? So the idea is this: in business, there are only 3 things you need to know. Okay, you may want to write this down. Okay, if you're just getting started and you want to be seen, okay, the first thing is, are you a good observer or researcher? In other words, have you been doing something for a long period of time and are you documenting? Okay, are you documenting? That is why if you actually notice around the road, it is strategically, there are cameras strategically placed everywhere. Okay? Researcher. So that means even though you have not done your first sale, you know the Chain story, I need to sell something. But then nobody will buy because I have no testimonial. But to get testimonial, I need someone to buy something. And then you get stuck in this loop, correct? The way to get out of that loop is to document. And share your experience, share what you've realized, share the problems of whatever industry you're in. First one. Okay? Second one, role model. So after you document, you start to post, you start to share. Okay, and then people will come to you and say, hey, I like what you have, I like what you wear. Have you come up to someone and say, I like what you dress, right? Where you buy stuff, that clothing from? That's a role model, right? So for business, it's very similar as well. Are you a role model for someone else? Okay, the last one is result-based. Okay, are you able to duplicate what success you have for someone else? For example, what you're going to experience later is the technology. It's not new, it's in the market for a long time. It's just that I managed to put everything together, right? So today, I think if I scan a room, I have about 100 texts. After this session, I might have 100 leads, right? And these 100 leads, I'm going to send you a bonus gift. How many of you like gifts? Anyone? Like gifts? Okay, great. I can't be sending 100 individually on my computer. It's going to take too much time. So there's a technology at the back, correct? Now, how do I do something like that? And if you want to get the kind of results, how can you have it as well? Result-based. Got it? So 3 things: researcher or observer, role model, and then, what's the last one? Results. Okay, cool, thank you. Okay, so that's that. Now, so I wrote this book recently in June, just right after my own financial crisis. I was 1 year away, we got audited, and then because of the audit, we had to shut down our business for at least 3 months. Yeah, very grateful, I know. Very cool. We're talking about 5 figures worth of business. This is in Sing dollars. Okay, I just got my office. Okay, we just had a new office. And then I'm sitting down there in my 33rd floor at Concourse, not knowing what to do. Okay? And thanks to ChatGPT and my therapist, and some friends who suggested, remember, document, right? So I recorded my session with my therapist. I get ChatGPT or Microsoft Copilot to analyze it, tell me what my issue is, and then it becomes my AI therapist for it. Okay? Now with that, it got me through a very tough time, a very dark rabbit hole for about 2 to 3 weeks. So I was stuck in that rut for 2 to 3 weeks. I couldn't do anything. I'm just what we call freeze, like financial freeze. I just know what to do, right? I know how to do it. I know I can do it, but my body just doesn't want to do it. How many of you have felt that before? Anyone? Anyone? Yeah? Okay. Thank you. So yeah, so I wrote this book because it was designed for the overachiever, for the ones that says that, oh, you need to go to school, you need to get the degrees, you need to go get a job, a high-paying job, a good job, and you need to get married, right? And yet somehow you've done all of these things and inside you feel very empty. Anyone had this feeling before? Or subjected to this kind of domestic? Yeah, a few hands, yeah? So I wrote this book to kind of help you break through that. Okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a sample preview of this book later. And you'll see how. Okay? Yes or yes? Okay, cool, thank you. So, before we begin, I'm going to walk you through how it's going to work so we don't have chaos. Okay? We're going to take 5 minutes to identify your students. I'm going to give you a QR code, so one step at a time. Okay? And then we're going to go into your groups. Okay? But for this case today, you just stay in our groups first. So you just listen to the instructions carefully. Okay? Okay, okay?